You ready?
Are you doing the
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
It's been going for 4 seconds.
Alright,
Do you want me to stop it?
Yeah.
we can edit that.
Sorry. Down, now, now. Hello, welcome to this Tuesday live event for the drawing of the meeting coming up on Thursday at Edinburgh. We're here drawing for 12 races. What are we looking about this race here, Tom?
So it's a special race. Obviously, we've got a lot of talented runners, and we're all very excited for it. There's also a 12-race meeting card. A lot of exciting dogs on the card, and really looking forward to it. Should be enjoyable.
Likewise here, Tom. Likewise here. It's been one that I've been waiting for quite some time. If we're just going over the list of the runners here today, I see we have a few scratchings on the card here today.
Yes, we do have a few scratchings. Couple quite popular dogs that a lot of people will be very disappointed about. So first off, we have Alex Trowbridge, quite a massive player in previous races. He's out for some reason. Poor excuse, I heard.
I heard he's not the dog he used to be.
No, not the dog he used to be, but that's all right. That happens to the best of us.
As old age comes on, I guess.
Another great dog known as Ross Stembridge.
Yes.
Trouble in transit, I heard. Couldn't quite make it on time.
I hear he's coming back from injury, going to be making an appearance very soon. So one to watch for later on.
But we'll get rid of him there. Damien Doig, you've heard of that dog?
No, he's sort of been missing under the ropes here. I think he had to start back. Going back a few months now. Don't really not
Never
too sure
really
what's happening with
anyway.
No, it's sort of
right.
jumped a bit slow.
The bitch known as Louise Brandy.
Yes, the little ringer one.
Yeah, the little ginger one, the intelligent one.
Runs a smart race.
But not here today. We'll have to get rid of her. It's a shame. And speaking of gingers, Mitchell Coon.
Mitchell Coon.
Yeah, the American import.
Yeah, quite a small dog.
Speaks a big game. Doesn't usually perform. Not too worried about it usually. But anyway, not here. Likewise, we're looking forward to him come.
I see we've got one more here.
Late scratching.
Very just coming now.
We just crossed it out there. Very disappointed. Obviously, any connections there will be obviously gutted really because a lot of hope for that dog. But anyway, moving on.
Alrighty. We'll start here now. We've got one coming fresh from the counties here. Thomas Shuka. From what I've seen from this one, he's a bit of a strange one. This one consistently suffers injuries, quite random injuries at time. I see that's tend to set him back. And speaking of setbacks as well, I know that he likes to chase the other bitches in the kennels. So I think he tends to lose his focus a bit there, Tom, with a lot of his previous racing form here from what I see. However, the field that is facing here on Thursday, I think he might be in with a chance here, Tom.
Oh, yep. No, I totally agree with all those comments, mate.
I think the odds will appeal in this race.
Odds will appeal. Moving on to the next dog, known as Liam Burling. Just got a few notes on him here. Quite a slightly larger dog of late. Has quite slow box speed, so really won't want to draw those middle boxes, as we all know. As you all know, squeeze boxes not great for him. Hasn't performed well of recent. He's been a bit lonely, but does rely on a fast finish, and we know this dog can finish fast. If you've ever seen him in any event,
he really does.
Finishes very well.
Really does.
Anyway, lack of trainer might be a factor. He's been out of form and that's the touch, so no one really wants to attach themselves to him. But hey, on his own, he might surprise. You'll find he'll open at quite relatively low odds because of his previous exploits. But anyway, moving on to the next dog.
Right, we have William Cunningham here. Okay, so what I see from my previous notes, he's actually recently been bought. Actually quite a little going on a bit now. Got a new trainer. Used to be known as the Samoan Thor back in his early days. However, after recently battling with finding his legs here, Tom, I think we're not sure here. He has a tendency to
problem with those legs, eh?
I tell you, those thick legs. But however, I see here he has a tendency to jump out of his box quite early here.
Quick start.
Quick start. However, from his previous races, I see here with the Dobro 720 Special, he has a tendency to actually take on individuals more so than the outcome of the whole race.
Big race, and you remember that?
This is going back a bit now.
2 years ago, came out really fast. A lot of dogs couldn't catch him. I think one dog stayed with him, but hey, he did win it.
Yep.
And if he shows that form again, could be a shot. So
I'm not sure.
look out for this man.
Yeah.
One
to watch.
We'll need an outside draw.
Yes.
Outside draw. Loves those outside boxes, especially that 7 box.
Totally agree with you there, Tom.
Anyway, moving on to the next one, we have James Reeves. Oh, this is an interesting one.
Very interesting. One.
Out of the Bree stables in Hamilton, he's been recently acquired. Well, not actually that recent, but he's been a bit of an interesting one. Really, has a few temperament problems. You could say that's fair.
I'd say he's a little bit short upstairs at sometimes.
Yes,
Tom.
yeah, that's fair enough. And it seems to sort of cause a bit of strife amongst other dogs. This is rare for a racing dog because a lot of them are quite well trained. So look to Bree to maybe sort of get rid of that a little bit. Anyway, was a very, very talented dog. He actually won, as we were talking about, the Dobro 720 event 3 years ago now. Great win, one of the best wins we'll ever see.
But has he done much since then, Tom?
Well, he actually went overseas. So, so he got taken overseas by his previous owner, and he hasn't been the same since. He's performed poorly, hasn't really found his head.
Yeah.
So not too much more to say about that really, but I don't know. It's a mystery, him.
It all depends how he turns up on the day.
You're dead right. That is couldn't say it any better myself.
Okay.
Liam, moving on.
All right, we have Ash McChillan here. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, mate.
KFC Greece. Enough said with that one. Enough said with that one.
Enough said. Just KFC Greece. Anyway, moving on. Scotty Ingles. Long time been owned by the Ashley Stables in Cambridge. Very successful stable.
I hear it's a good little stable, that one.
Well, he's a very cunning dog. He's obviously trained well. He's on a special diet. No meat.
I hear that diet. It works for some.
He doesn't sort of excel in too many facets. He's not overly quick. He's not overly. He doesn't have a lot of endurance. But to be fair, he's been performing there and thereabouts. You wouldn't say anything special. Maybe a sort of.
He's a smart dog here, Tom. I agree with you. He turns up and that's about it. He's almost just there to participate at times. However, I feel though he's grown.
multi option.
I think he's definitely a place chance there, Tom.
That's good. We'll write that one down anyway, and we'll see what his odds ends up like. See how the punters sort of go.
I think that's one to watch. Watch the tote for that one.
Now next one.
Okay, we're on to Arnie Ugaraja. Right now, this dog he's a veteran of the sport. He's a grey dog, starting to lose his coat. Or he's been around many years.
Many years, too many years.
Some would say he's quite washed up now, Tom. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
Very fair comment.
Yeah, fair to say he's had hundreds of starts, very few wins from what I've seen.
Oh, a lot of early wins in the
Early wins from what I've seen, but I see here he moved up from Addington up to the Cambridge / Hamilton kennels here.
Wasn't he trained in Tauranga for a bit there?
He was. He was there, and he was going quite well.
Yeah, he went quite well.
I see here that from this dog, he's showing a lot to have an alter ego.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't. It all depends on the day with this dog. You know.
Yeah. No, you did right.
As it is with a lot of these dogs here, Tom. But definitely another one to watch. Depends if this alter ego comes out or not on this.
So maybe a smoky pick for the punters.
I'm thinking now this could be a roughy chance.
Yes. We'll like that. We'll see what box he draws. Anyway, moving on, and we've got a couple of late entries into the event. One of them known as Cam.
Now this was one to replace the scratchings, wasn't it?
Yeah,
he's come in with a late one.
Scratchings.
Quite a young dog from what I've seen.
Yeah, it was the second from the Reeves litter.
Okay.
He struggled a bit in Christchurch.
Yep.
He's obviously come up here to try and change his luck a bit in Hamilton. He's apparently supposed to be the more talented one in the family.
Okay.
But we don't have too much more information on him. We'll just see how he goes.
We're just going to see how he turns up on the day.
Could ruin a few punters' day.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Next,
we have Danny.
Quite a regular competitor, yes.
A very, very regular competitor, although still very new. I see Danny had a trial over at Dapto about 2 months ago and came second.
I think the biggest talk about is the Uber Classic that she raced in last week. Yes,
I tell you what, that some would say she very Came in strong very early on.
Yeah, probably a little bit too enthusiastic in that one. Obviously, a lot of disappointment
By
from
the end
trainers.
of it,
Yeah,
yes,
she
by the end
started
of
and
it.
basically really blew, easy win.
But, yes, I agree.
So
I agree. No previous race form here, and nothing for speed maps. So again, another one to watch.
yeah, we'll see how she goes.
All right. Last but not least, we have
So very late, coming from those late scratchings because we had quite a few of them. Is Ollivander. So late call up to the meet.
Yep.
So a relatively quiet dog that has a lot of potential.
yes.
Not much info on him. He loves a drink. You know that.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, possibly a surprise chance really because of the weakness of the field really.
Yes, agreed.
Maybe is that Smokey that some trainers have just sort of entered in late. We'll see how he goes. I can't say too much more about him, but if you're a punter and need someone else to add to your Maltese or sort of your exotics, put this one in and give him a really good show. So next, obviously last of all, Ollie wasn't the last dog. Last of all is the Nathan Brake dog. And we've actually got an interview from his brand new trainer, Debs.
I'm really looking forward to this one, Thomas. We'll cross over live now.
Yeah, so talking on this Nathan Brake dog, we're going to actually interview the owner, as we said earlier. So just got her on the phone here now. Debs, you there?
Yeah, mate.
First question, why this dog? Why'd you buy him?
Well, I just had a dog for quite a while, and I just thought I needed a bit of a fresh change.
Oh, that's totally fair. Obviously the performances first start with you on Saturday, not the best.
Yeah, it was slightly disappointing. I expected better. The race was over pretty much before it started.
Ooh, not ideal. But however, you did start him again on the Sunday morning, quite fresh after. How did that one go?
Yeah, no, that was a much better performance. Even got me off the edge of my seat. I'm sure everyone heard me screaming him home.
Lovely to talk to you, Debs. Thanks for calling in. Cheers.
Yeah, no problem.
All I'm saying, Tom, is I'm very looking forward to this. I know it's a very open race, so don't be afraid to chase the odds in this race.
Classic, absolute classic.
All right.
So anyway,
Moving on to draw time, I believe.
draw time it is.
What we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, no, probably waiting too long for now.
Not enough.
Anyway, so we'll get that draw started.
Oh,
We're drawing, mate. We're drawing.
oh shit.
Yep.
Right.
So we come into the draw. To explain this really simply, we're going to draw box 1 to 8, and then our 3 late entries will also then get their own draw to see what box they are accustomed to.
Yes, Tom. Every name is in one of these Kinder Surprise little surprise thingies. So,
what a surprise.
What a surprise. But yeah, just to make it even, so you know there's no cheating in here. We've got eight of the bloody great things. So, yeah, moving forward.
Box 1, Liam, I'll hold it high and
Right.
draw it, and we'll see what we've got.
All right, who we got here for box 1?
Box 1. Very anticipated box, this one.
Oh, you'd hate to draw this one.
What have we got?
For box 1, we have Ash McChillan.
Well, so how do you think Ash McChillan will handle box 1, Liam?
I don't know. I tend to find this dog is just one who sort of shows up. You know, he's sort of there or thereabouts, but slowly slides away. So I don't think he'll be threatening this field too much.
Not too much there. But okay, so
Depends
box
on
1, usually quite a favourable box to talented dogs, but we all know that this dog isn't too talented. Moving on.
Moving on.
Draw 2. Oh, what's the
Oh, sorry, mate.
Box 2. And we draw this one out. Liam Burling.
What a dog.
Box 2, obviously slow out of the boxes, as we all know, fast finish. So I don't think this is too detrimental to what he's trying to achieve really as a dog.
Yep.
And I feel like it'll be interesting to see how he goes out of that one. And I don't think the trainers won't be too disappointed in that sense.
Good little draw there. I think if he can just hang there or thereabouts, I reckon he can finish off strong here.
Interesting.
So
anyway.
it won't be too angry
So,
about
in box 2,
that.
we'll see.
Right.
Box
for the
3.
Squeeze box here.
First
What
the
do we got?
squeeze boxes.
We have Thomas Schuker.
Yeah.
Right, as I was saying before, he's pulled the right field here, so I think because of the lack of ditches coming around, he can really focus on what he has at hand. He tends to be the dog, you know, he doesn't jump real quick, but he always jumps on pace. So I think the squeeze box won't be too much of a worry for Tom. Will just be one to watch.
Yes, you did right there, Liam.
Yes.
We'll move on to box 4. Let's just say the connections of Thomas Shuka will be pretty happy with that box 3. Moving on, anyway.
Hopefully there's no bitches drawn.
Box 4. The blue rug, as all of you know.
Not a great box to be drawn.
Oh, Scotty out of the Ashley Stables in Cambridge. Not a favourable box, obviously, if you, especially with his box speed. It's going to be a bit struggling in this race, I think, especially with the pace on the inside. With we'll see how it goes. But hey, good surprise.
As we were saying earlier there, Tom, it's all about how this dog turns up on the day. If he gets the right track, right conditions, all he needs is a little bit of luck earlier on at the start. Could be in with a serious chance too. So wait for the day.
Because obviously everyone knows box colours so well, they're going to love wearing those blue colours that they will have to wear at the event. Anyway, moving on. Box 5.
That's, right. With the yellow strip here.
Yellow strip, squeeze box, not favourable.
Will Cunningham.
I'm not box speed.
I'm not too sure. Actually, in saying that, box speed. It does tend to be the roughy box as well for that early jump.
Yep.
I think he won't be too angry with this.
I think all connections will be happy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. We'll see how it goes, but I think he's going to be early pace, on pace. And,
it is a 650 metre race, though, so...
we understand he won't last the distance for any event. He doesn't even last the event for 320, so we'll see how it goes. But he will be the early pace.
Yep, I agree with that. I'll pencil that one in.
Bloody good, in fact.
Beautiful. Right, moving on. Box 6.
Box 6, the green rug.
Very excited here, Tom.
Big green rug. Very popular amongst the fans.
Who we got?
Green rug. Danny. Danny. So this bitch won't mind. She won't mind this this box. It's relatively even. It's depending on the pace that she gets outside it. I think she'll be right. Not too many worries there. Although having Will on the inside of her might be a little bit of a worry. Yeah, he's a big dog.
Yeah, as I was saying before though, Tom, this is a dog came from Dat Dog. So Yes, it's all about how she turns up on the day. We don't actually have any speed maps or any previous race forms, so it all depends how this dog comes up on the day.
Classic. Remember that Uber Classic?
That is true. Yeah. One race after the trial.
Shit really went everywhere, didn't it?
Really shat the bed.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to the famous box 7.
Right, the box 7. Who we got left? We've got Nathan and...
Yes, you know the field really well there, Liam. Top reporting from you.
All part of the job here, Tom. Right, what do we got? James and Bree.
So out of the Bree stables,
the Bree stables. As we were saying, he's had previous history with that Will dog, if I am not mistaken.
Yeah, so both try to set pace early. He sort of follows them. They almost
have a little battle between themselves, don't they, and sort of fall short.
So this is actually quite detrimental. We go back to the 6 dog now, and she's going to be worried because James is going to be so focused on the 5 dog Will. She might get squeezed quite early here, so maybe not good for Danny. So any punters looking at getting on that 6 dog, the bitch Danny, might be in a bit of trouble now. But I think it's really spiced up the race.
I don't think Bree will be too happy with that draw though.
She never usually is happy with this dog anyway.
Said. Moving on to box 8.
And obviously the last one, that's no good to me. We know who this is because we totally remember who's in the field. It is the Nathan dog. So not too much to really know about him. We sort of left our pre-match interview out for Nathan.
I don't know. I think with this dog here, he really battles to jump out of the boxes quickly. He has a tendency to sort of love the lower rated boxes, sort of 1 to 4.
He's definitely he's a 4-man, really, isn't he?
Oh, that's a bit generous, I think. There,
A bit
Tom.
generous, maybe a 3-man, but yeah.
I think if he can, somehow do the Nathan special and pull one out of the bag, he may be able to pull an 8. Maybe
really happens.
Oh,
So
I tell you what, that's the roughest
oh,
on the
you know what we mean there.
Alrighty, so
box 8 for Nathan. So I'm sure all of you enjoyed that interview we had previously with his trainer Deb. So
I don't know. I think he could be a changed dog here with his new.
Well, remember what she said. He performed on the Sunday quite well.
But not for the first start. That could be the problem.
Yeah,
to be confirmed here, I believe, Tom.
But very interesting. Anyway, moving on.
Right, just to go over the colours again, we've got box 1 with Ash McChillan with the red rug.
That's the red rug.
We've got Liam Burling with the blue and white striped rug. We have Thomas Schucker with the white rug. We have Scotty from the Ash Stables in the blue rug, box 4. Sorry about that. We have Willie Cunningham on the yellow box 5. We have Danny in the green box 6. James from the Bree Stables in box 7 with the black. And lastly, Nathan Brake from box 8 in the pink.
Oh, so for our late entries. Good.
Oh, sorry, mate.
It's glad you're drinking tea on here. Anyway, for our late entries, we're doing something slightly different. We've got all 8 boxes in our red thing here, and we're just going to enter them in whatever box they draw. So the first one we've got Arnie Ugaraja.
Arnie Ugaraja, yep, alright. So we're just going to pick one here and see what box he gets. What do you reckon Arnie's going to be looking for here?
Well, to be fair, he's started from every box multiple times.
Yeah, veteran of the sport. I don't think he'll have too much of a problem.
He's won in every box though, so we'll see how he goes.
Yes, alright. We got here for Arnie Ugaraja. Box 7.
Box 7.
Right, just a reminder, that is the black box.
It suits. I mean, that...
Hey, what a call. Nevertheless, we'll move on.
Professional.
Sorry. Sorry.
Anyway, moving on to Cameron Reeves. Cameron Reeves will be drawing box 3.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, he's had a few starts down in Christchurch.
Yeah, failed miserably.
So looking to change his luck up here in Hamilton. So
box 3, that's not bad.
I tell you what, it's if you can show a bit of early pace, there's no reason why you can't take this one out.
Yep, no, don't.
We'll watch.
Yep.
And lastly,
is Ollivander.
Ollivander. What do you reckon this dog's looking for?
Oh, mate, to be fair, we just don't have enough information on him, so we'll see how it goes.
Another one.
Here we go. That's no good to me. Box 4. So
box 4.
Ooh,
a blue rug.
Yeah, dangerous squeeze box for Ollivander.
Do you think the Ashley Kennels will be taking an Ollivander as well?
Be quite an interesting situation if that happened. I'm sure the Scotty dog would get a little bit jealous.
Yes.
It's more the blue rug because he is a big piss
Who will
drinker.
finish first out of the race though, Scotty or Ollivander?
Well, obviously, Ashley will be taking home the winner, wouldn't she?
Anyway,
thank you. That is our box draw all done.
Thank you for joining us.
No, you fucking...
We can edit that out. We can edit that out. We can edit it
halfway
out.
through
It's
the middle.
fine.
Yep, and that's we've already got the option started, option 205 for the TAB. Obviously, a very popular race, so that's really going to change. These odds are going to be very interesting for a lot of people. But I've got a little bit of a rundown here what the TAB is setting so far. So running through them: number 1, 621.50; number 2, 340, 220; number 3, 350, 240; number 4, 420, 190; number 5, 660, 220; 6, 990, 360; number 7 is $12 and 380; and number 8, 550 and 210.
Just going off the option 705 there, box 2, box 3 joint favourites at 340, 350.
Yeah,
not too bad.
Sounds pretty good. No bias there at all.
I tell you what, definitely the better.
The better
Hunter's favourites. So it'll be.
I think the surprising one is this box 8, 550, as we all know, is the Nathan dog. And the 205 odds, the option 205.
Hey, even though it was a bad performance in that first round, he really did jump out quickly. So, one to watch.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So anyway, we're all very looking forward to seeing every one of you there on Thursday at the Grey Racetrack of Addington. Obviously sponsored by the Garden of Edinburgh.
What a place.
What a place.
I don't know. I don't know what more you have to say, Tom, but all I can say is that I am very looking forward to this event.
I'm fucking rock hard.
I second that. We will cheers to that, buddy. We will see you all later on. Thank you all for joining.
Fuck off.
Have a lovely night and good night.